Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am back for a transfer show today, of course. I'm doing regular updates throughout the month of our transfers so far, and I'll continue to do that for you all. Before I get stuck into it, of course, as always, please smash the likes, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment your thoughts down below on anything that's discussed in this video and anything else additionally. As I always say that you'd like to put in there, like I said, I always look through the comments and reply to you all. So yeah, thank you for everybody's support. There is no other place to start other than obviously with this, kicking off the show today, that Antony Knockaert is edging closer to a loan move to the Terriers. Now, this will be a really big signing for us if we can get this over the line. On a loan deal, of course, and someone that will be looking to prove himself again after having quite a difficult time of late, to be honest with you. Obviously, he is a Fulham player, but last year, obviously, in Fulham's promotion season campaign, he was hardly involved. Obviously, Marco Silva preferring players like Cabano and Harry Wilson, which then obviously kind of came as no surprise that the winger was made available for loan in the summer. And of course, the experienced Frenchman joined Greek Super League outfit Volos. Before I go into a bit more detail about him and how it's gone for him in Greece, I just want to kind of give you a flavour of what, how old he, a bit of a profile, if you could say so. So yeah, obviously he's 31 years of age. He likes to play on the right wing, a player that's very much left-footed but loves to cut it inside and obviously go on his left rather than be on the left wing predominantly. So yeah, like I say, very experienced player. Scored plenty of goals in his career as well as create for his teammates. Brighton obviously had 2 spells at Brighton once upon a time, scoring 63 goals. Like I said, we've played him numerous times, and he has scored past us on many occasions, I remember. So this guy knows, he's experienced, he knows where the net is, and I am very, very much positive that if we can get this over the line, which it looks more than likely to happen, then it would be a big boost for us, along with the other transfers that we've made so far in January this month. As I was saying, obviously he has been on loan at Volos, and he still is at Volos technically at the moment. His loan spell hasn't turned out to be quite the success many people thought it would have, to be honest with you. He struggled to be a regular in Greece, which you can look at 2 ways really, because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have liked to have gone out to Greece and played his football. I think he pretty much would have loved to have stayed in England and where he's made a name for himself throughout his career, rather than having to go out to Greece. And sometimes players just don't settle in another club, in another country, another culture. It's just one of those. So I'm not reading too much into the fact that he hasn't been a regular for a side like Volos, who are very much not heard. They're very much unheard of over it. They don't really know. They're not one of the most known Greek sides, put it that way. I'm not. Before this link, I can't say that I've actually ever heard of Volos, but yeah. He has struggled. Now, obviously, we are looking to get him on loan, so there is talk ongoing at the moment. So obviously, Fulham will have to cancel that loan to Volos, get him back to Fulham, and then obviously pave the way for us to sign him on loan then. I don't believe that it's going to be, it's not going to be a difficult kind of situation. I think that it'll be pretty much, with loans, if you want to recall the player, I believe it's just as simple as saying we want the player back. So it's not complicated. It's not a complicated matter, even if it does sound it. So obviously, yeah, that's worth noting. Now, is this a good potential move? May I ask you all? And I'm going to answer it in my own words, and obviously I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. Like I said, go back to it. Knockaert is someone who has plenty of championship experience under his belt. He's played in the division for the likes of Leicester City, Brighton, Hove Albion, and Fulham. Now, obviously, with this window, we are very limited on with our transfer budget, and with our kind of current situation in the league, is very much a struggling one. So, bringing in a player of Knockaert's experience could be vital in our attempts to, turn the club's fortunes around again, in my opinion. He would certainly provide something different to our team, and despite him not featuring much in recent seasons at the highest level, I go back to it. He is still a player who has a track record in this league of being among the goals and a provider of them too. So there's no question about it. He has got the quality, and he has got the pedigree to come with that, and the experience of this league. Like I say, obviously Knockaert, this is an opportunity for 31-year-old to play, obviously back in England again. I think many of us kind of forgotten about him whilst he was in Greece. So this is a chance for him to get people's attention once again. And of course, he's out of contract in the summer at Fulham, and will want to earn a new deal at a club elsewhere. So he's also fighting to get another club, you could say so. And of course, I don't see us going back in. I don't see us. Well, if it does work out, potentially we could sign him depending on his wages. The wages may be a problem for us. But if anything, if we can get him on a loan basis, like I said, till the end of the season, it would be massive for us. Now, would he start in our team? Now, in my opinion, I think he would. I think he would be a regular, and especially with our recent struggles in front of goal and the lack of options in the squad, I think he would be a certainty to start, in my opinion. And as I said earlier, I think he'll offer something different from what we have already got at the moment. I mean, like I say, he would still be costly as well on a loan base for us. Obviously, paying something towards his wages at Fulham. Therefore, kind of surely they would be doing this deal with expectation that he plays often. So that's another thing. Because of course we wouldn't be able to afford his wages in full, so Fulham would have the expectation of actually having him play regular minutes, and like I said, I feel like he really will do have a big chance and more of a certainty, should I say, of actually starting for us. I think Knockaert himself though will want assurances that he's going to play, as he kind of won't want to go from one loan spell where he hasn't featured much to another way he's sitting on the bench again. So I think he'll have to be assured that he will be playing plenty of minutes for us. But yeah, this signing again really does excite me. It has the potential to be a very good one, and I just feel like this will be, I go back to, I know I'm repeating myself and I do apologise for that, but he is a player that will, be, like I said, full of experience, and I just think it'll be a really good move for him to come back to England where he likes it most, and come to us and know that he's going to be a regular first teamer to get his career kind of back on track, if you could say. So even though you could argue 31 years of age, he's still got a good few years left in him. There's no doubt about that. So he'll want to finish his career on a high, really. So yeah, like I said, the deal, it has been reported the deal is very, very close now. Say Fulham would have to cancel the winger's loan, like I said earlier, but that is a pretty much simple thing to do, to be honest with you. I mean, there will be critics, because obviously there will be questions asked and critics that say that because of his age, because of where he's, playing currently and not making impact over in Greece at the moment, people may say he's not really going to be a good suit for us. But if you see past that, and like I said earlier, with the reasons that I gave, there can be many factors why a player doesn't contribute to a team, especially in a new country, simply because they just don't settle in that country and they just don't feel at home there, and they just don't, it's one of those. I see past the fact that he hasn't really been a starter for Volos regular. I just feel like he hasn't settled there, and therefore he's become unhappy by that, and he's just not been able to make an impact. So yeah, that is kind of my take on things, really. Overall thoughts, just to summarise, I would be delighted to see this signing. I go back to it. He'll add something that we haven't already got at the moment, and he will improve the squad, in my opinion. I think he will be a certain starter for us, like I said. So yeah, I'd be so happy to see him come through the door. And it's proven this January window has been so good so far for us, to be honest with you. Obviously, with the signing of Matt Lowton, who has obviously made his debut last weekend and steadied the ship, and looked a very steady player, and looks like he's going to be a good player for us this season. Obviously, Canberra, still, obviously, it wasn't a sign that excited me much, but obviously he did score on his debut, and then obviously missed a chance that I mentioned in my previous video. But hopefully he can contribute a few more goals. So yeah, the window has been a very successful one for us so far, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more to come through the door. One or two more, including Knockaert, from now until the end of the window. But yeah, obviously that is the main part of the show. Obviously, outgoings at the moment. There's questions that Russell may go out on loan. Rotherham have been linked with him. Obviously, Hudlin's back in the team now. Obviously, I don't know whether he's going to go back out on loan somewhere, because obviously I don't think he will feature with the first team at all this season. So I don't know if he's got anything else planned to go out on loan to a team that he'll get regular minutes. There's not really anything being said about that. But yeah, I mean, I do want to go back to Knockaert a minute, actually, because I have missed part of my notes here. Now, what does he offer? Because anybody that hasn't seen him play, I'll kind of summarise in my thoughts what he does offer to the team and what does he offer as a player in general as well. So obviously he offers plenty of versatility, that's for sure. He is able to play on either wings or down the middle and behind the striker, making him a really useful asset here. He does have very good technical ability, and he's a player who is confident on the ball. He brings a dribbling technique that the club doesn't really have at this time either. Most importantly, like I say, he has a lot of experience, and with the club currently trying to stay in the Championship, Knockaert could be someone who can prove to be useful in their attempts to really stay up in this division, because we need a boost, and he would provide that. So that's what I feel he does offer, Knockaert. But yeah, apart from that, I don't really have any other transfer news, obviously. I'm sure we'll hear of more stuff over the next week or so. But yeah, Knockaert, is he on the way to the Terriers, to the John Smith Stadium, where he will be more than welcomed here? And yeah, very, very exciting times to get someone of that pedigree through the door, like I said earlier. But yeah, that is it. A bit of a short video today, actually, to be fair. But like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've kind of got a flavour of who Knockaert is, if you aren't familiar with him, and kind of my take on what he could offer to the squad, and just my overall thoughts, really. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please, like I say, smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel. Like I say, I seem to be growing by 1 subscriber a day, which is fantastic. Looking to get to 300 subscribers, so currently at 215. So, like I say, it's free, so it would mean a lot to me if you could hit the subscription button. And also, as always, comment your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think of this potential signing, and also let me know of any other links that you've seen, as any other transfer news that you've seen. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow for a match preview of our upcoming game against Hull City at the weekend, as we get back to league action. A big few weeks coming up for the club. And we'll just see what happens. But yeah, stay tuned for that. But as always, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Up the town, come on you Terriers.